Hello, everyone. It's Simon here again for ELSA Communities, joined by Martha, by Lucas, and by our amazing group leaders. Everyone say hi.
Hi everyone.
Hands shaking.
Hello.
Hello
Hey,
guys,
how's
xin
it
chào,
going?
xin chào.
No
Fantastic.
nose kisses this
Um,
time.
no nose kisses this time. The reason why we're saying this is because in the first half of this summit, we decided to try nose kisses, which is an Indonesian tradition. So it made everyone look a little bit ridiculous with their nose close to their screen like this. The second part of the summit today is dedicated to another aspect of culture, which is festivals. So what we're going to be interested in hearing about are the festivals that exist in your country. Festivals are when we celebrate, when there's a big day in the year where everyone comes together for a specific purpose, either for a cultural reason, a religious reason, for a historical reason as well. People come together to celebrate something special. All right. And what I would like is for us to talk about how, in your cultures, those special days are happening. So I'd like to start by telling you a story about a special festival in my country. So I come from Canada, all right, which is in the north of North America, very cold up there. And we have a festival in April called the Festival of Quebec, all right? And it takes place in Quebec City. And it's all about snow, all right? So people build houses and castles out of snow. There's even a hotel that's made out of ice. So the bar of the hotel is made out of ice. The beds are made out of ice. People sleep in it and pay to stay in those rooms overnight. People drink hot drinks in the city, and they go skating and skiing throughout the city. And the whole city is kind of lit up with lights and music concerts and really, really good food, of course. And all the food in Canada, where I'm from, is very rich because it's so cold up there. Oh, someone's had a really rich intervention here. I don't know who that was, but
I think that they should turn on the mic. Can you turn on?
that's okay.
Dung
Well,
Hạnh.
I just said it's okay. I was just saying it's so funny because it was like the food is really rich, and then we heard a little belch somewhere. Oh well, it's all part of life, and we don't mind at all. It's part of what happens in those types of meetings. So what I was saying is that the food in Quebec is very rich, and that's because it's so cold up there. And people that came to Canada in the early days were lumberjacks. They were people that were working hard in the woods, chopping down trees to create buildings and to build the new country that was Canada at the time. But when you're chopping wood in the middle of the forest in winter, you're burning a lot of energy. So you need to have a lot of food to keep you going. And that's why all the food in Canada is very rich. There's a lot of cream, there's a lot of lard, there's maple syrup, there's pastries, there's meat. So all of our foods are pretty rich. That's the reason behind that. So now you know about the Festival of Quebec. And the food in Canada where I'm from. And this is kind of the same exercise that I would like us to do right now. I'd like to go through each of you who's willing to talk, of course, to kind of tell us a little bit more about a special festival in your country. So why don't we start with, let's start with Richard. Richard, you didn't speak in the first half, so let's have you tell us a little bit about a festival in your own country and what people do during that festival.
Okay, Simon. Here have a Muslim, Christian, Christmas, Chinese, and a little bit Indian Diwali. So I celebrate in a Chinese New Year and Christmas because it's a Christmas.
Are you from Malaysia?
Christmas.
Are you?
No, I'm from Indonesia.
So okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Indonesia.
The Christmas time is a good. So many English film show up in the TV. So I have a lot of English film to choose to watch. It's a good.
What's your favorite Christmas film in English to watch, Richard?
Here is show it repeatedly like 101 Dimension, Home Alone. Yeah, if I choose,
Yes.
yeah, if I choose to watch on a website, I choose the action one, trailer or horror.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's interesting. So you have action, trailer, and horror, but during Christmas, you turn into a little puppy and you watch the 101 Dalmatians and Home Alone. There are some of my favorite films as well. So we should set up a watching session at some point to
yeah.
watch those videos. Martha is like same. Martha, tell us about your favorite Christmas movies.
Oh yeah, on top of 101 Dalmatians and also Home Alone, I also love The Grinch. I
The
love the
True.
Grinch.
storytelling of
Me
it, and I
too.
love how it's just so Western, and it just leaves the animation also is very interesting for me, so I really love that.
Yeah, that's so cool. The Grinch is
Me
great.
too.
Um, I
Home
like
Alone is a really famous in Vietnam. Yeah, I watch
Home Alone is a classic.
yeah, I watch it when since I just like um I'm 9 or 10 years old. So it must been like 7 years since I watched the film and yeah, I haven't watched this film for so long. It's been
Yeah.
7 years.
It's funny how certain films age really well, and some films don't age well at all. So, Home Alone for me is an example of a film that ages well. So, you can still watch it now and have fun, right? It's not kind of completely disconnected from our world anyway. So, Lucas is saying it makes you smile as well. Thank you for that. Just going back to Richard. So, basically, you get the best of both worlds, Richard, because you're celebrating Christmas and you're celebrating New Year and you're celebrating Diwali. So you're on holiday half the year, mate.
I am celebrate the Chinese New Year. Yeah, and also Christmas. Christmas is amazing. A Christmas tree offer in the mall,
Yeah, I get that.
and
So
yeah,
so judging by your background, if you were gonna get a Christmas gift, would it be a big Mercedes e-tron?
can you can you repeat again,
I
Simon?
I look at the background behind you, the background that you've chosen on the filter, and there's a Mercedes symbol there. So
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
what you would like for Christmas? You would like a big Mercedes car?
yeah. I hope if I become a billion man, I will buy one.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. Okay, let's talk about some interesting festivals. Juan, do you want to talk? Your hand is up, so maybe you want to talk about a local festival in Vietnam.
Okay, absolutely. So I will tell you about like it's occur in September, the 1st of September. In
Hmm.
that day is like it's for children, and every night every I think that every night every Vietnamese children they bring some lantern and go around out this areas and singing singing like mid autumn. Let's make mid it's mid autumn festival. So they are
Hmm.
go they go around the city. Yeah, no, I think that the city is just around my area, my ward.
Uh-huh.
Double ARD. Yes, to like and singing cái mid autumn songs and yeah, it's a best moment of my childhood. Even though that I'm 17 right
Oh,
now. Um, it- okay, so I'll
what's it
do
called again? Yeah, thanks for
Fe-
clarifying that.
festival, Mid
Mid
Autumn
Autumn
Fest. Okay,
Festival. Yeah,
yeah,
I get that. So
yeah.
why is it singing that's so important in that holiday?
I think that because like it's to create happy atmospheres. I know because even though that I've been is I 17 right now, and I'm not like keen on many festival like that. In that day, I just like hang out with my friends and joining the atmosphere and bringing some
Mm,
moon cake. Moon cake. It's moon cake. Yeah, and eating some moon cake with my family. Okay,
amazing.
the reason why this celebrated because I think it's a bit of similar. It's related to Chinese traditional festival. It's because Vietnamese traditional festival is a little bit is similar with Chinese one, and in that day we also have. Do you know about the lion? We also have the
Lion dance.
yes lion, yes lion. Yes, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vietnam like a Chinese.
yeah. In
Chinese people look like Chinese. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Vietnam
yeah,
also
people
one
like
one
Chinese.
man who holding the fan and wear the mask.
where mascot is that mascot? No, it's not mascot. It's not it's mascot.
Yeah, it's a mascot. Yeah. So it's a representation of an animal, very very big, right?
Yup, and a man they like cosplay a big fat person with a big head and go
That's
yes
just like
just
me, right?
dancing
Just like me,
just
a fat person with a big head.
sorry. Yes, I think just
No, yes, absolutely. But they have
okay. So
mustache.
okay, so it's similar with that. They dancing and people around it they are cheering. Yeah, it's kind
Amazing.
of
Well,
yeah.
well,
uh,
thank you for talking about that, Lucas. You wanted to talk about. You added some comments in the description that Huang was doing about the moon
Yeah.
festival. Do you want to give us a little bit more details? Because we talked about the moon cakes. I'm interested in that origin of the moon cake and why is the moon so important in that holiday, basically.
Yeah, so it's actually a traditional festival celebrated in Chinese cultures, not really Vietnamese, but like we kind of near China, so yeah, we also celebrate that. It's kind of belong to the history when the China dominate Vietnam, so we have also celebrate that, and I think it's like a 4,000 years. Like we have a story about that. Some people talking about the couple when they cannot like come together, like being together. So mooncake is the occasion that when everyone like wish for that couple can be together. So, I don't know, but this story really long. But I see a lot of another more realistic story about that. It's like a occasion for Chinese families and community to come together
Yeah.
and to give thanks to the harvest of crops. Like after really have a crop, so they celebrate that and wish another we have like a full harvest, something like just like that. Um, yeah,
That's
that
interesting to me. I like this
yeah.
idea because this is something that I see in a lot of cultures, right? I've noticed this in several cultures that we have a time to thank for the crops, right?
mm,
In America or in North America, anyway, we have what's called Thanksgiving, where basically it's the same thing. We're saying thank you to the universe, to God, to whatever. We're saying thank you for what we have received from the earth, right? Now, is
yeah.
there a similar tradition in other countries? I'm thinking maybe about asking Martha, because Martha, you're in the Philippines, so is there something similar over there?
Um, most of our festivals are like Spanish inspired. Since we have like different types of religion also, our we do have like some Chinese population here, wherein I also have friends who have who celebrate like the Chinese New Year, and then we usually get the tikoy, which is like the sticky what do you call it? The sticky rice flour stuff with sweet beans. I'm not sure what exactly it's called in English, but that's what they give usually to their guest. And that's what I
Is
usually
it like in the
have.
form of a is it in the form of a dumpling or something?
Yeah, the dumpling type. I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily sure what it's called in English, but it's here in the Philippines, it's called tikoy. But here in the Philippines, we usually have Spanish celebrations. And what we do is we celebrate our saints. So specifically,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna share about my festival. Okay, specifically
Yes, I want to
here,
hear all about it.
here in my city, it's called Zamboanga City. We're dubbed as the Asia's Latin city. So when you hear Asia, you don't usually think of Spanish, right? But in our city, we celebrate Spanish culture and the Latin culture. And that includes also celebrating our saints. If you guys don't know, of years ago, Philippines was actually conquered by Spain. So that is where we got our celebrations and the culture that we have now. And so here in Zamboanga City, we celebrate the Zamboanga Hermosa Festival. So if in English, Hermosa is beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
So Zamboanga Hermosa Festival. So it means Zamboanga is a beautiful festival, something like that. Well, here we also celebrate Our Lady of Pilar, which is our saint, um basically like Mama Mary. Um we have different activities in the city. We're in if you guys I want to give you a picture of it. We're near the shoreline, so our city is surrounded by the sea. So we have like these events wherein we have this boats where they have
Uh-huh.
colorful sails, and we have races of these boats with colorful sails, so it's very beautiful. And then we usually have like flower parades, and at night we have like the parade of lights, and then we also have like masses, so it's both like holy and like loud at the same time. So it's like the combination of very festive occasions plus the solemnity of that like religious aspect of it as well. So I really love the
Wow.
Zamboanga Hermosa Festival. Oh, I forgot also to say that it's usually held in October. I actually sent an images of this in the advanced learning group GC last time, so I hope you guys saw that.
Exactly. Oh my God, Martha, you make me want to travel to come and see you in the Philippines, like right now. Like I can't wait to go visit that place, and you're selling it to me big time. I'm kind of really interested in going in October now next time.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you mentioned images because what we're going to do for homework revolves around that. But I remember that Olesia wanted to tell us about special Russian traditions. So she asked me during the break. Well, actually, I asked her to make sure that she talks about Russian traditions as well. So, Olesia, what's going on in Russia when you have a big party? When's the party? What are we having? Who's wearing what? And why are we celebrating?
Uh, well, we discussed New Year and Christmas, Christmas holiday. So I'd like to talk about Maslenitsa. Maybe you know, it's a well-known Russian festival. We usually have it in spring. That is and in winter. Um, uh, and Maslеница is the festival which welcomes the coming spring coming.
Okay, so
The-
it's a festival that welcomes the return of the spring.
yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Well,
Okay.
and yeah, and on this festival we have different activities. One of them is, for example, we have pole climbing. That is when men try to climb this pole, and it is very high and oiled. That is very hard to climb this pole. Yes.
Okay. So you're climbing on an oiled pole. Okay.
No,
And
I not. I didn't try. It's for men.
why is it just for men? Why can't girls do it too?
Because it's in winter, it's cold, and usually girls don't try it. It's for men. It's very high, it's oiled, and they usually take off their clothes and they
Oh,
climb
okay.
it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's hard because they can. Well, and another one activity is when we burn the scarecrow of Maslenitsa. And when we burn it, we think that everything bad will come.
Okay, so there's lots of interesting things here. First of all, pole climbing with oiled poles and naked. Whoa, that's crazy. And then we're burning scarecrows because we want to send the evil spirits away. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
and yeah, and on this day, that is not exactly on this day, but the whole week before this burning of scarecrow, we have we cook blini. That is a traditional dish for this festival and blini is a symbol of the sun.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they're like little pancakes, right?
Uh, no, pancakes are little and blini are big. They are
Okay,
very
so
big.
they're how big, like this?
Yeah, like this.
And so what do you
And they are thin.
what would you put what do you fill them with?
We don't fill. We just eat with jam, sour cream, butter. Why
Okay.
not? Every
Um,
caviar.
caviar, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So does everyone know what caviar is? So we should ask the group here, what do you think caviar is? In the chat, fish eggs. Martha wrote it down. Martha, fish eggs. Are you sure? Yeah. So Martha is right. Basically, caviar is fish eggs, but it's very, very fine. It's considered as a delicacy or a delicatessen. It's kind of like a very delicate, salty fish product that tastes amazing, and especially with sour cream and blinis and a little bit of vodka. For those of you who drink, it's really the way to do it.
It's another myth about vodka. Russians don't drink vodka every time, every festival, something like this.
Okay. So
Yeah.
people don't drink vodka every day there. It's just a myth, right?
I know
Yeah.
vodka.
Sorry, Hung, what's that?
I heard that she say vodka and
Haram, haram.
yeah, it's near my house that buy vodka and buy that really and enjoy drinking vodka very much, and so he also prefer drink vodka to beer. So and he say vodka is really healthy for him, but I try to prevent him because he is really old and wine, and when he drink wine, it's really
Yeah,
not
yeah.
healthy.
I just saw that Martha wrote here, caviar is very expensive. That's why I haven't tried it. And you're right, you don't eat that very often. And if you do eat it, it's just really, really tiny amounts, right? Because it's so expensive. So if you try caviar, it's like 2 or 3 fish eggs. They're super tiny, and you put them on a pancake, and then you're like, ooh, that feels special. Fantastic. Who else? Maulinda, do you want to tell us about a holiday in your country or a festival in your country?
Okay, thank you, Simon. I want to share about one of festival in Indonesia. Maybe I want to share about Jember Fashion Festival.
Okay.
Jember Fashion Festival is about to show with many people that many traditional clothes in Indonesia, and the festival is annually every year. And so when you join this festival, you can see many unique traditional clothes in Indonesia. Yeah.
Amazing. So traditional clothing, and it's an annual festival about clothing. Is that right?
Yes, this is about clothing, fashion, about fashion, and in a main road Jember, so many people.
Okay.
So,
So could we do the same thing as with Rizvi, and then we could have an Indonesian and a Bangladeshi clothing session, right? Fantastic. Guys, we're arriving at the end of this. Rizvi, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I have something to say. Like I already told you that green will sweet on you, and I have one green Punjabi for you already.
Nice.
And when you will visit here, I will definitely give it to you.
Okay, make sure you have it in X large. Okay.
Okay. I always use extras also, but I'm not so
okay,
big.
perfect. That's great. hey, that's okay. So fantastic, guys. This was a really cool conversation. Martha, what do you think? I mean, we've had a great time, didn't we?
Yes, I really love hearing about other people talking about their culture. It's so interesting how they interpret their own culture as well, and how we differ in terms of our culture, and how we can connect with other people through our culture. So this is a very interesting conversation, don't you think?
Thank you so much, Lucas. What are your thoughts about our amazing leaders contributing in so many different ways? We started with you talking about pho, and now we've learned so many things about so many different cultures. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think after this summit, I think everyone here can have a better understanding of others' cultures, about the festival in Russia, about the festival in Vietnam, about the moon cake, everything that makes different, like that makes the country special. So I see I really love to see everyone here, the leaders that have been with us for a long time, as well as those who are new to the group.
New, yeah, exactly, right? So I think I agree with you completely, both Martha and Lucas. I think I really like the fact that our leaders are taking ownership of being in the community and taking part in it. And this is why I'm going to give you a little homework, you group leaders, because it's your job to create more enthusiasm about festivals and cultures. So this is going to be a voiceover challenge, okay? I'm going to ask you guys to write a short text about a local festival in your country, all right? A little bit like what we did here. And then you're going to record it, and you're going to overlap some images of that festival as you talk about it, all right? So what I would like is to have a little mini 1-minute documentary about a festival in your country. 4 or 5 images, and you reading a text about that thing. If you want to do it, an easy way to do that is to do it on CapCut. It's a very simple editing tool that's free. You can do that on CapCut. That'd be great. If you want for this content to be visible in the communities and on social media, let us know. We'd love to be able to post the results of the work that you guys do. If you do it, film it in vertical like this, so it is going to become a YouTube short or a TikTok video. All right, so I would really love for you guys to start contributing on that way. Tell us about your local culture. Do that in English. Communicate with the people in our learning groups, and let's start spreading the love about how great communities are. All right, 1-minute video, of you
That's
talking
fun.
and a few images of your favorite local festival. Is that okay for everyone? Raise your hand if you've understood. Okay, so let's try and have this for next week, Friday, so that way we can have that done by next week, and then we can start thinking about other projects that we could do together. All right. Martha's going to make hers as well. That's fantastic. Yeah, Martha is very active these days in the Simon Practice Group's YouTube page. So she's creating a lot of content for us, which is amazing. I need to create more videos. I know, but I've been very busy doing other things at ELSA. So hopefully I'll create some videos this December. As Martha is mentioning and Lucas are mentioning, follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Can we put the links down? If you guys haven't tried out Speech Analyzer yet, that's our latest product. It's free to try for 30 minutes. You have like free 30 minutes of recordings on Speech Analyzer. So if you want to try out Speech Analyzer, it's speechanalyzer.elsaspeak.com. So speechanalyzer.elsaspeak.com. This is the link for you guys to try out our latest product. Go check it out. It's basically a tool that helps you assess your speech unprompted. So unlike the app where you have to read a text, here you can talk about a subject of your choice. And we have a whole bunch of content to help you prepare for that as well. All right. Lucas, is there anything else that I forgot to mention to the good people of the community?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
We're good. Martha, is there anything that I forgot to mention? Anything you'd like to say to wrap us up?
You've included everything.
Oh, fantastic. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for being here. This was Simon for ELSA Communities, joined by Martha, Lucas, and our amazing group leaders. Everyone say goodbye. Thank you so much and see you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
See you later.
See you next
Bye. See you
next
guys.
month.
Bye, bye, bye.